All right, beautiful individuals. It's the long-awaited return. Your boy's finally back. I know a lot of you guys have missed you. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up. Yo, when are you gonna make another video? When are you gonna make another video? But I'm here now. I'm here. I've answered all your prayers. Your boy's finally back. You know, it's a special occasion. You know, the season's finally over. 38 games done and dusted. And obviously, you know, supporting Chelsea it's not good for your mental health. But like just the Chelsea way, we always have to do things the hard way. You know, we're given such an easy opportunity to qualify for the Champions League, but then we just made it so hard for ourselves. Like nothing, it really didn't have to be this difficult. It was in our hands, and if we're being honest, we bottled it, because if Spurs didn't do what they did, we would be playing Europa League and I wouldn't be watching, because football on Thursdays is not my portion. I'll never watch football on Thursdays. That is 2019. That's for Arsenal fans. That's for Man United fans. I can't even talk about Man United fans because, you know, second in the league. That's second in the league. But anyway, let's go. Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2. The league is done. It's finally over. We qualified for Champions League in 4th place. I don't really want to touch too much on the game because it really doesn't matter, because we just had to make sure we got Champions League football, and that's what we did. So shout out to I don't want to say shout out to each and everyone, but shout out to Thomas Tuchel. When he was hired, his job was make sure you get Champions League, and that's what he did. So we're just gonna have to give him his flowers there. But yeah, I'll touch on the game a little bit, but it was really not the best performance as a collective. Mendy got injured, so that was awful. Hopefully he's back for the Champions League on next week, Saturday. Big, it's going to be a big week, but we'll touch on that later. Kepa came on. He really didn't have to do much. He didn't make any saves. He wasn't poor. Hopefully he doesn't start Champions League final though. Like, fingers crossed. Ben Chilwell was really solid today. You know, he showed fight. He got our only goal because, I don't know, it's just something about Chelsea that we just can't finish. And one of the major factors of us not knowing how to finish is that German Shane Long. The German Shane Long we have up front. The guy who just runs around like a headless chicken. The guy who's offside every game, every opportunity, he's always offside. So yeah, he was just running around like a headless chicken today. Christian Pulisic, he just didn't look fit. It's either he was not fit or he just wasn't interested, and I don't know why he wouldn't be interested, because in my opinion he still has a lot to prove, just because his season has been up and down. He's had some solid moments and he's also had like some poor moments, and he really needs to have a big season next season, because yeah, his season hasn't been the best, and people were saying, yeah, Nicolas Pepe is clear, and we need to relax about that. Nicolas, I don't know why I'm saying Nicolas. Nicolas Pepe is quality. He's quality, but he is not Christian Pulisic. I was gonna say Kai Havertz, but yeah, Kai Havertz came in as well. He made things work, man. You know, when Kai Havertz came, things looked more smooth, and I just like the way he controls the game. Him and Ziyech, they improved the game. Mason Mount was our only attacking threat in the first half. Which was, yeah, and he had a big chance in the first half and he just fluffed his lines. But I knew, because we were chasing the game, I knew we were susceptible to like counters and stuff, and we did well, like, to keep Aston Villa contained. However, the goals happened. I really don't care anymore, because we qualified for Champions League, and that's all that matters. It's really not like the standards. I'm not like trying to drop the standards, but minimum, if we're not going to win the league, minimum is Champions League and a trophy, and we could still get that. Like I said, Champions League final next week Saturday. It's gonna be a big affair. But yeah, Champions League qualification does a lot for us as a club. You know, financially it helps us a lot. With incoming transfers, it's gonna help a lot. The biggest incoming transfer, hopefully, fingers crossed, is Harry Kane. You know, the best striker in the world, my favorite footballer. I'm not sure, like, I know everyone knows this, but like, a lot of people like to give me a hard time for, you know, having my favorite footballer play for like a rival club, but it's not my fault that he's my favorite footballer. But if he can come to Chelsea, it will be awesome. He will solve our biggest problem. And our biggest problem is not being able to score goals because of who we have up front. But Harry Kane, he guarantees us at least 30 goals minimum. So if he comes, I think if we get Harry Kane, it's sure and we'll win the league next season. Because if you think about it, as a squad, our defense is solid. Maybe we just need one more defender, or we can just get Tomori back on loan. But that's a bit shaky. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But if we can get Tomori back on loan, not back on loan, if he can come back, and then we'll have a solid squad. We have our midfield is solid. We don't need Declan Rice. I know everyone's saying Declan Rice, but we really don't need Declan Rice. Harry Kane will solve all our problems. If we can't get Harry Kane, fingers crossed we get Harry Kane. I don't know. Also, it's gonna be tricky because rival club. They're saying they want to give Spurs Kepa and Abraham. I don't think that's enough. I think if you're gonna do Kepa and Abraham, you're gonna have to at least give 50 mil at least, because Harry Kane I think he's worth 150 mil minimum. He's that good. I think he's the best striker in the world. I've said this many a times, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Harry Kane, no, what about Lewandowski? I don't care. I said what I said. If we can't get Harry Kane, I've said many times, I would gladly take Lukaku. Lukaku was my first option, but now that Harry Kane is available, I'm just saying, like, just go get him, and he's open to a move. If we didn't get Champions League, I think our chance of getting Harry Kane would have dropped immensely, but I just can't see him going to City, because City don't like spending big money, and United also, they have other targets. But I read earlier this morning that United are willing to offer him a big contract, and yeah, United had the money. So I think the only clubs that will be able to get Harry Kane is either Chelsea, United, or City. So that's the Harry Kane saga is going to be very interesting watching it play out throughout the summer/winter, summer there. But yeah, that's the Premier League season done. It was an up and down season. I'm not gonna do like a review of the season now, because we still have a big game. So I'll do a review of the season like afterwards. But I'll do a review of the Premier League season. And this Premier League season, it was up and down. Obviously, we lost my boy in January. I really still haven't recovered from that. I still love Frank Lampard. I'm still not Thomas Tuchel's biggest fan. Eventually, I will, maybe not, but I'll have to warm up to him. But we don't know when that will happen. Frank Lampard left. When Frank Lampard left, we were 6 points behind Liverpool. And then I was like, nah. And Liverpool were 4th, and we were like 7th or 9th at the time. I don't remember. But yeah, then Thomas came, closed the gap. Then we looked clear. Liverpool looked dead and buried. Everyone was saying, no, Europe for Liverpool, Conference League. And now Liverpool finished above us, which is crazy. I can't be the only person that thinks it's crazy how Liverpool finished above us. So last season we finished in a strong position of 4th, and this season we improved again and finished 4th again. So I love the consistency, love the improvements, 4th to 4th. That's what we do, man. Hopefully we don't turn into the new Arsenal. Shout out Arsenal. No European football for the first time in 22 years, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, City won the league. Absolutely nobody cares. No one cares, so we can just move on. No one cares. Like, literally no one cares that City won the league. But yeah, the season came and went, and it was a underwhelming season, to be fair. If Lampard stayed, I would have expected us to finish 3rd, which we didn't. But if Lampard was still here, my expectation for him next season would have been to win the league. And since Tuchel is here and he's improved our squad a lot, I still expect him to win the league next season. I think that's minimum, because of the high standards that the board have set for us. I think I'm just gonna keep holding that. I'm going to keep holding the board to the same standard, because we were sold a dream with Lampard about the whole process, and we're changing how we're doing things, and it's gonna be like managers will get time. It will be a project. We've lost that project mentality when we sacked Lampard. So we're gonna be ruthless. We're gonna be ruthless. But yeah, the seasons came and went. Many shocks, many surprises. I'm just gonna go through my team of the season. It's gonna be nothing major. I just want to say before I start my team of the season, Harry Kane was robbed Football Writers Player of the Season. It should have gone to Harry Kane, but it went to Ruben Diaz, which I understand because obviously he won the league. But Harry Kane, his stats this season are incredible. But yeah, goalkeeper. See, with the goalkeeper, it's I don't want to say it's very tricky, but there's two that you can immediately say, okay, cool. There's an argument for these two. And one is Ederson. I mean, he's Golden Glove winner, so you can't not give the goalkeeper of the season to the keeper who keeps the most clean sheets and whose team wins the league. But however, Ederson is behind a solid defense, so I will have to rule Ederson out, as well as Edouard Mendy. I love Edouard Mendy so much. I think he was also robbed for Chelsea's Player of the Season, which went to Mason Mount, so shout out to him. But yeah, my goalkeeper of the season is Emiliano Martinez, Arsenal's best goalkeeper, which they let go, but forget about Arsenal. I just feel like he's had a great season, especially behind a defense that's not the best. For him to keep as many clean sheets as he has, I don't know if it's not talked about enough. It is talked about enough, but I think he's deserved goalkeeper of the season. I'll put Ederson slightly behind him, and then Mendy behind Ederson, because clean sheet title, and then just the keeper behind him. But Mendy's been solid. I love Mendy. He's my favorite Chelsea player. Him, Mount, and then Christian Pulisic as well. Kai Havertz as well. But I'll just love, yeah, and Kurt Zuma, but that's not important. So yeah, my goalkeeper is Martinez, and then my two fullbacks. My right fullback is no one else. Like, there's no one else that can rival him. It's simple. I'm not even going to touch on it too much, and it's João Cancelo. I don't think anyone can contest that. But yeah, the other one is a player that I've been unlucky for majority of his career, and he's still very young, so he still has a long time to make up for his ups and downs. But it is Luke Shaw, and again, there's no one else that can rival. I know people are saying Kieran Tierney. We need to relax with that Kieran Tierney thing. I think Kieran Tierney is a solid footballer, but I think Luke Shaw it's levels. Luke Shaw, he's turned it around. It's the best I've seen him play for since he's been at Man United. I think the level that he is now is the level that the potential we saw at Southampton. He's exceeded that expectation. So if you can just be consistent, he'll be a top footballer to come, in the years to come. Obviously, he's quality right now, and hopefully he stays fit so he can start in the Euros. But yeah, that's the conversation for June 11th when the Euros start. But yeah, my two centre backs are, obviously we already know the one Premier League winner, player of the season according to Football Writers, Ruben Diaz. Nobody can contest that as well. And Nick partnering him, there's been a lot of solid defenders. Wesley Fofana, honorable mention Wesley Fofana. Thiago Silva up and down. Rudiger, half of the season, honorable mention. But I think a defender that's been solid throughout the season. Obviously, as a footballer, you have up and down games. I think no one can. People will disagree because a lot of people just like to hate people. But I think Harold Maguire has been solid. I think he's extremely underrated. A lot of people love to say, slab. But you can see what happens when you take him out of Man United squad. And I think he's been solid throughout the whole season. But yeah, that's the back four. So defense and goalkeeper is Martinez, Cancelo, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Diaz. And then my three midfielders are Kevin De Bruyne. I think no one else can. He's been quality all season. He did get injured for quite some time, but I think he showed his quality enough for him to warrant his place in the squad. No one can refute Kevin De Bruyne's brilliance. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is part of the midfield three. Bruno Fernandes, solid footballer, so good. He's so good. It's actually crazy how good Bruno Fernandes is, because he doesn't look like he's good, but just the impact he has as football it's crazy. And I know a lot of rival fans love to hate Bruno Fernandes, but that's just childish. Like, we need to stop that, because why? Like, he's still scoring goals. He broke Lampard's record. But yeah, shout out to Bruno Fernandes. Next to him, there's gonna be Ilkay Gundogan. I can't even say anything else. When De Bruyne was out, he really did step up. He carried the team. He didn't carry the team, but he carried the attack on his back for quite some time. And he popped up with some big goals, especially I remember the performance against Chelsea where he just bossed our midfield. He just bossed the midfield. Honorable mentions for the midfield would be Thomas Souček, so solid. Mason Mount, and then my front three, I'm going to give it to Mo Salah. A lot of people want to say he's had a poor season, but the numbers don't lie. You can't have 22 goals and have a poor season. This is like a poor season. He has set himself such high standards that 22 goals is a poor season for him. So Mo Salah gets in the team on the left, and then on the right side is someone who's been solid, has great numbers. I know a lot of people I know that this position there's a lot of quality in this position, but I personally feel like Son, no one can, not no one can, but people will disagree. There's Jack Grealish's honorable mention, but I don't think he puts up the numbers that Son does, and I don't think he's better than Son. I don't also think he's had a better season than Son. I think beginning of the season when Spurs were on fire, Son and Kane, the goals that they shared, the partnership was just working so well, and Son just did what he needed to do. But yeah, honorable mentions to what's his face, Jack Grealish, Mr. Dolphin, the guy who was shouting at Mason Mount for diving today, which is very ironic. So shout out to he actually has no shame. How you're shouting at Mason Mount for diving? But yeah. My striker, I don't think there's anyone else. I'm gonna end this now. Strikers, Harry Kane, best striker in the world, best striker in the league. Hopefully he leaves. He should have left Spurs a long time ago, to be fair, but this is his own fault. But yeah, hopefully he leaves and he comes to Chelsea. He's deserved it. He's won the Golden Boot and he's won the Playmaker. I think the last person to do that, I could be wrong. I think the last person to do that was Thierry Henry. So we need to like put some respect. I'm not saying Kane is on levels. I'm not saying Kane is levels with Thierry Henry, but we just need to give Kane his respect. I think for him to not win the Player of the Season is incredibly disrespectful, because like who gets top goal scorer and playmaker? So that's 23 goals and I think 13 assists. So his numbers are crazy. But yeah, that's my team of the season. Honorable mentions, you heard the honorable mentions, Thomas Suchek. A striker, honorable mentions, Danny Ings, he was up and down. Timo Werner, Phil Foden, honorable mentions, he's been quality as well. But yeah, that's the Premier League season done and dusted. I'm not gonna say I'll see you guys in August, because I'm gonna try and, you know, give bring up some more football content. But yeah, Champions League final next week, Saturday. I'm definitely gonna do a live stream, so you guys should definitely check that out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do what you need to do. But yeah, it's been fun. Peace and love.